Hello everyone, this is Chris, and welcome to the first beta of the 1.15.0.51 update for Bedrock Edition. Rolls off the tongue, that name, huh? Now, in case you think like this beta is starting to introduce the new Nether update features, it's not quite that. This update is mainly focused on parity features between Bedrock and Java. Hell Angel on Twitter said that we won't be seeing any Nether update features on Bedrock betas until presumably we get 1.15, which I don't know, like that one prediction I had a little while ago, just starting to seem like it's not fully true, but it's on its way. Oh, and in case if you're wondering why I'm still baby Steve, yeah, apparently you can't grow back to your normal age overnight. You gotta, yeah, you're kinda takes a while to get older, I guess. So for now, I'm still baby Steve until we could find a way to age me up a little bit. But anyway, let's hop into the beta and let's start checking things out. We'll create a new world because I don't want to mess with anything, especially the note block world, creative, and I like coordinates on just because I just like them, and create. Now, I won't show every single change that happened in this beta, but I will show off some of the more interesting ones or bigger ones. Now, in terms of features in this beta, there really isn't too much in it, apart from the vanishing books. Now, I can only find the binding books so far, and maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place, but yeah, now you will be able to find cursive binding books, which, if you didn't know already, let's say you have a diamond helmet per se, and for some reason you want to ensure that you have this on and you don't accidentally change it out or something, then what you could do is you could put cursive binding on it and enchant that, and you can place it on like that. And what will happen now is that no matter, I'm in creative, but normally what would happen is no matter what would happen, it will not come off, and the only way to get rid of it is by dying. So in case we get this on Cosmic SMP and we're still in demise, I know what pumpkin curse thing I should put on. Yeah, this is easily one of the smaller changes, but it's really big for parity, which in this case, okay, when you usually drop things on the floor, it would usually show up as a 2D item just on the floor, and if you were to circle it, it would just face you regardless of the direction. Now, if you throw things on the floor, it would actually become 3D like it does on Java, and this is such a welcome change. I love this. Many people, including myself, like when Bedrock first came out, one of the small things which was kind of distracting, or one of the big differences which was easily noticeable, was that items were 2D like they were like years ago on Java and console, and now they are finally 3D, and this is such a welcome change. I'm so happy this is here. Next up, if you create a 2x2 spruce tree, which you may normally find in mega taigas, and you bone meal it like so, now what will happen, instead of just the tree growing, is you will get pod souls surrounding it, which kind of makes sense for real life, like branches and trees falling and creating big piles of things, or creating pod soul in this case. I've not used pod soul too much, so I wasn't completely noticing this change, but I'm glad that it's here now. I'm glad we have one more parity difference like out of the way. Do you like tridents as much as I do? Especially with Riptide, where you can fling yourself in the sky? Well, in this update, it's gonna be incredibly harder to get not Riptide, but to get tridents in general, because now to get a trident, the drown actually has to be holding it. So say this guy, he won't drop a trident whatsoever, he'll just drop rotten flesh. So it's a pretty big nerf. This guy, he has a chance of dropping it. I don't know if the chance rates have changed or anything like that. Like, I know on Java there's a really small chance that they'll drop, and I know on Bedrock there's like a 3% chance that they'll drop. So I don't know if that was changed at all, and I guess not, because we just got a fully repaired Triton. Might be a bug, but yeah, in this update it will be a little bit harder to find Triton. So if you want to get your Triton, I'd recommend doing it before this update comes out. Next parity change is that now, instead of you having to break the flower pot like you normally did to get whatever was in the flower pot out, what you could do now is if we just place it back down and we place it back down, what you can do now is you can actually left click the plant out, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty non-threatening way to the plant pot, I guess, if that's one way of saying it. But yeah, another little parity change, which is just a nice little handy thing to have. And the last thing I'll mention now is that fence gates now don't need to be supported while being placed. So before, what you had to do is you had to get, say, a block and then that and then break it. Not all that, but you had to do such a tedious thing, or you had to, I don't know, I think you were able to do this, or you can place one on top of each other, which I can't do right now, but you get the idea. It was a lot harder, but now it's much easier, and yeah, I think it's a parity thing, and hopefully this is a good step in the direction to more things being able to place on things easier. Like, say for example, we have say you have a nice little upside down stair that you'd like to decorate it with some pickles. Right now you can't do it. You can hear it probably be trying to click there, but it's not happening. You can place it everywhere else as much as you want, but you can't place it on stairs, which is weird. But yeah, in terms of this update, there's not too much to be excited for. It's mainly parity changes, but parity is a good step in the right direction on getting both Bedrock and Java to the same place, and hopefully this will continue on for when we get the Nether update. I do want to make another video about parity differences, which I've come across, and that looks weird, but yeah, I want to make a separate video on certain parity differences between Bedrock and Java, which I've noticed, some big, some small, some like these pickle ones. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little one. If there's another beta that comes out that interests me, then I will totally do another video on it. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.